welcome. Okay, so I went ahead and turned robot voice off. Once people start showing up, I'll go ahead and adjust it where we can see the comments and stuff. But for right now, we're just gonna go this route. I really love my outfit, but I got new weapons. That was not good. And I live. Okay, yeah, I got new weapons. Slice and dice. I got a new shield. The stuff I have now is not really that flashy.
The gods here are vigilant.
Hey, I have a viewer. Welcome. Just recapping. Okay. So apparently you can only use your shield as a parry. That's probably why I've been sucking with the shield. Because I try to hold it like God of War, where you just hold L1 and it just holds the shield up at all times, you know? That's not how it works. Alright, yeah, so we got these new weapons. And then, that's all one combo apparently. Because at the end he does some other flashy shit. I saw him do it a minute ago. Alright. Real quick. I thought just as a joke. Bath towel. Yeah, baby. Now it's a party. Why not? We're gonna rock the bath towel for a minute. I wouldn't forgive myself if I didn't. Find that guy. Okay, that's kind of far. What else you got? That's super easy. All we gotta do is bring a book to an old man. But it's also super far. I think there's a lesson to be learned here. Where the hell am I? And why am I here? To me, my camel. God, I'm never gonna get used to that. I don't know what noise a camel makes, so we're just gonna pretend it's the same thing a sheep does. Do camels even make noise? You'll never see somebody in Egypt be like, damn it, this is the third night in a row I can't get any sleep because the camel next door just won't shut up. Okay, so there's a mission, my mission, and a mission. This one seems like it totally won't involve alligators. Might as well just, when will I be back here? You know? That's a hippopotamus. And suddenly, alligators aren't the worst possible thing that could happen. You know you're gonna die, right? I mean, you know I'm gonna die, right? Run for your life trophy. Hey now. Oh, you know, maybe I should, though. You know, just thinking about it. Right. You know I have a bone arrow. Yeah? Yeah. Right in the face. Say you killed one. No, it's cool. I got 2 bows now. I did that before I started the game. And drop attack. I mean, and drop attack. Smooth. Nice. First time I've killed one of those. Who would have thought slapboxing it wasn't the right way of doing it? I'm not gonna lie, it's all in the bath towel. It just raised my powers so much more. Get it, come here. While I'm here, anybody got some grub? No? Well then, fear my camel.
Oh?
Go, camel, show me your wrath. He's like, meh.
Up near the large rock at the
What do you
tip of
got
the
for me?
coast.
Careful though. Hyenas tend
I
to
mean,
run
all
around
that
there.
stuff's super old, but it's also really good, so if I could upgrade it, would it now be up to par? Let's just go ahead and upgrade what we're using. Now it's gonna be a little better, I guess. Well done. No, I'm good on all that.
Bye for now.
Let's go. Now there's an actual goat. There we go, that's the noise I was looking for. Hey, run another one over. I'm just trying to, you know, find a way, but I ended up finding this instead. There's the alligators. Oh wait, no, it's a boat. You could easily, forgive me, through the peripheral of your vision that could kind of look like a, okay, I'm gonna stop. So, I know we're going to do that super important thing, but while we're here, this looks like a super important thing. But that could be misleadingly far. And it sure looks like a strong place to take over. But let's just go.
I must be
Well,
careful
no till you
now.
try. No, there's certainly a fort. Fuck yo, folk. Smoke it out. Oh, you didn't see nothing. Or hear anything. Speaking of which, bird. What is going on here? Oh, that looks like a commitment. Oh, it's saying no, per se. I don't have to fight everybody to get those guys out. Man, we did one of these last time and it got really boring and then people got mad at me.
Hey, what?
We'll work on that. We'll get back to that.
Hey,
It'll take like an hour and I ain't trying to do that shit for an hour.
Wait a second.
Hey, I got another viewer. We're just going back to our mission here.
Hey, wait!
You really want it? That's cool. I want to test my weapon out.
Ones take you!
Damn. That's certainly faster than the last weapon. Damn, I gotta get better at parrying. It's like press O right when they attack you, right? Shit, now it's... Okay, maybe this isn't the weapon for me. I kinda like that old weapon. I wanted to see a different finisher. Maybe they were just out of my league. And it's not the weapon's fault at all. Maybe it's the bath towel. It very well could be. It doesn't offer a lot of protection or a lot to the imagination. You know what I mean? Hold on. We did it. I told myself I would. We did. Now I want to be a cat. Yeah, that's not intimidating. Horse or camel. Can I just call you a horse?
Whoa.
It's kind of weird, but I mean, I'm not going to take the path. It'll drive for you, but it'll go by the roads, and you can just go through the roads. You don't even need roads. You just need a camel. It's not afraid to die. It's like a thug camel, I swear. He ain't afraid of shit. Horses need blinders. The camel's like, I don't care. So we're gonna go do a super important mission. Oh wait, only one commander, you say?
Wait a second.
That sounds manageable.
Kill you.
Or don't kill him. Have you considered not killing him? One day I'm gonna learn to parry successfully. I still think it's O right when they attack you, but it's probably like a totally different button. Oh yeah, baby. It was alright.
Target lined up.
That last weapon I was using was a little more impressive. At least I'm fast. This is a fast weapon. Man, he's fast. Okay, we need to move. But it'd probably be a good idea if they just forget I'm here for a second. And then I can just hit them with the bow and arrow. I know it's not the manliest way of handling the situation, but that's not how you get away. He deserved it. Give him my axe back, man. When I hit him, I want to feel like I hit him. Besides, soon I'll be able to have two weapons at once anyway. Get my axe back. Except that one, I wouldn't mind checking that out, even though it's old and it's probably not going to hurt him that much. I mean, they are club weapons. I want to try that one out. I mean, man, the shield's supposed to be dope, but I can't use it, so I should really look that up sometime. Look, pyramids. Don't say I never take you anywhere nice. Okay. They knocked me over like the next zip code. Yeah. Why did game developers decide like 2 or 3 years ago they're just gonna take the speed up your horse button off? They're like, nope, they only go at 1 speed now. I hope Red Dead Redemption fixes that, because there's gonna be a lot of time on the horse. Popeye the Sailor, man. Wasn't his expression toot toot? He would just blow out his Cobb smoking piece. I miss the days when catchphrases were that easy. Anything valuable? Actually, there is. Expedition notes. Day 1, we finally set up camp. We have enough food and materials to last us a few days. Tomorrow we start searching for ruins. There's sure to be an undiscovered part of this old temple. Earlier I heard something rustle in the reeds. Pajamas says that it's nothing. I hope he's right. Day 2, we died. Alright. Did you eat that guy? Don't lie to me. Monster. Why am I fighting y'all? I have a bow and arrow. I never use it. Well, that worked. Why am I going for the easy ones? I do not know. Should be going for the hard one. I kinda wanna save him. This is not a close range weapon, so... Did your friend leave? Kinda hard to miss a ginormous crocodile. I wonder where he went. I think he just got bored and he's like, you guys have this under control. Oh, there you are. You're not even the big one. I guess I did kill the big one, huh? I love that bow. I should have bought that a long time ago. There's apparently 4 kind of bows, and And that's the one for like long, like precise sniper shots. Works well up close and personal too. See a predator bow. So this weapon has failed to do anything impressive. So far. What? I've already been down here and it resealed itself, huh? Go figure. I'm not sure how that's possible, but... I guess it kind of makes sense. You wouldn't want a ginormous hole that you could just fall down. So in that way it would make sense that people were like, oh shit, we gotta board that up again. Hey now.
Was this a terrible ceremony? There is so much blood, as if some butchery occurred here. But the elements have eroded many of the signs.
Anybody else thought of Batman, Arkham Asylum or whatever, or Arkham City, where you can kneel down? Hey,
Scraps of a
prayer to
message.
Circuit? I speak
there's
for
too
the
much
goddess,
missing.
and the goddess speaks through me. She sits upon my tongue. What? What are we getting into here? My sting is her sting. Okay, okay. Her face is the scorpion. No, well, no, I'm going back a bit. And a snake. Okay, and a spider. So she's like a black widow, right? Wear her mark. She gave you, I take her name, for mine was a dull, rusty thing. So you gave up your last name and just took hers, huh? I do her honor in hopes that she will show me the mysteries. I speak for the goddess and you speak for me. He's committed. I will say that. If you want a guy that's
the goddess of
committed,
hunters.
there you go.
But there are scratches here, above the statue's stomach. What does it represent?
So women, if you want your man not to leave, just convince him you have supernatural powers. And, apparently that's the secret, according to Assassin's Creed. Probably helps if you do have supernatural powers, but if you don't, just pretend you do. Then I think about it and I'm like, well, most women I talk to pretend to, so this is nothing new to you. Okay. So we're almost there to that place I've been going for a long time now. We've got a bunch of stuff done along the way. Still haven't seen what this weapon does when it's... I just want to see every fatality without having to YouTube it. I just want to try it myself. Each weapon has its own fatality. Pardon me. So we're a giant Catman. Catman power. Round, but in a really manly Catman way. Round. Yeah, we're about to get rid of this outfit. There's other outfits. Let me try. Honestly, I want to go back to Bath Towel. That was as cool as being in a bath towel could look. I didn't think having a towel over your head could look that awesome. He's like, the secret is you gotta tilt it off the side like a flex fit baseball hat. I never realized you could have towel swagger. But that's a thing now, and I know, I've seen the light. I came here to learn about Egypt, but I learned about fashion. That looks interesting, and probably fatal. Or just interesting. Do I even have money? I don't know. Mystery item, you say? That sounds like a ripoff. In most games, it tends to be. Now that, on the other hand, I probably do need. But I only have 3,000. Just sell some crap. That's the one I upgraded to. Whatever. He's like, I'm broke. I guess. Okay, let's go. More viewers. Well, I'm picking up some viewers tonight. Good, because we're about to go do some stuff. We've finally made it. Feel free to subscribe, you know. I only get like 1 new subscriber a month these days. So, it'd be making my day. Didn't really do anything. Views are what does.
Has your father left us?
His good
That
life
makes me
is
feel
over.
good.
He was too weak to live till you return.
May he be conducted in peace.
He was in
I look pretty
despair
fly,
that
I'm
his
not gonna
car
lie,
would
that
not
cat
join my
suit.
mother's.
It's ominous.
Where is his body?
Ominous.
It is not too late.
Ominous.
You are a blessing from the gods. He received
gonna
the rites
step
in the
off
small
camera real quick.
temple.
I missed a comment. I'll get the comments turned on here in a moment. Do you want to talk
May
to her
the
one more
field
time?
of reeds be open to you, Father.
I want to switch this costume art. It's cool and stuff, but it didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. Okay, I'll get the comments turned on. Well, I turned off the robot voice because I didn't know y'all were hearing it. What about this? Yeah. Brutal. But if I turn the comments on, like a lot of the screen's gonna go away. I'm just saying.
We're innocent.
Okay. Give me 1 sec, I'll turn it on. The other thing is when I get up to smoke a cigarette, y'all can just see that I'm not there, which sucks. I love how it just goes to full screen. That ghost effect. If you're thinking about streaming, you might want to consider going to your video settings and do that ghost effect. That way if you have to, get up to get a Coke or something, it doesn't look like it looks right now. You just get, the full screen. Okay. Real quick, I'm just smoking a cigarette while I do this. No, terrible habit. Right before I get there, I want to stop and review the comments. Let me just finally reach this stupid place. It's not even an important mission, but we're gonna get it out of the way. Okay, so we got... Damn. Hi, Steam. Hey, Con. Easier to find crystals and forts? Okay. That's what I was hoping. It's going really good, man. Definitely subscribe. Because I do this nightly, usually around 2. Usually like
Old
2 to
man.
5.
Your book. May it guide you to your wife's side.
That was the hardest mission. Oh my god. Y'all saw me. I did it. I don't know how. It's just so hard. Alright, let's find a real mission. That, is gonna be cool. So we're gonna go by what's not super far from here. Trowel. That's interesting. I don't feel like doing trowels right now. What do we got? That one's kinda close, right? I have old man eyes. No, it's actually the furthest one. Who would've guessed? Alright, maybe I can just fast travel there. I mean, most likely I can. Oh, that one. Yeah, we worked on that last time. It's not saying I can't do it. I'd rather do things I can bust out quickly. So y'all have more eye candy. And less like, oh my god, he died again. Yeah, we'll get to it, but I wasted like 2 hours doing that mission yesterday. Where can I fast travel? fast travel there. Damn it. It looked like one. Damn it. I know I had to have uncovered one of them. I could have swam there by now. Let's just go. It's moments like that I'm like, how do I have viewers? And that's just because there's really good people out there. Trials are level 40. Oh, that's right. With most XP. How much XP do you get for doing the, you know, where you have to kill the commander and, you know, take over a fort? You assume you get XP for every time you let somebody out of a cage doing that. So you could probably like stack up your XP if you let every prisoner out. Ugh. I'm usually good at this kind of thing. Privates, because I'm sitting far, far from the TV. Note to self, unlock more fast travel points. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I bet I can just take the boat all the way there. I think parallel parking is hard. Try parallel parking this. It's like the Cadillac of boats. For anybody's ever driven a Cadillac, you know, sometimes you don't even know where the butt is. It's like having two cars connected. It literally feels like you're driving a boat. Yeah, I honestly think this will take us all the way there. But since it's kind of dull waiting, maybe I can think of an entertaining story. Yeah, give me 1 sec. I wish I could just auto, like you can with the horse, you know, just hit autopilot. Okay, I actually did think of one. So, when I was like 12, me and my like cousin went out on a boat out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico with my granddad and my 2 uncles. We left horses faster than camel. Well, yeah, but I've been stuck with that camel so long, and at least camels are funny, you know, like at least it's funny. So like every time it shows up, it cracks me up, you know. But yeah, okay. Anyway, so we're on this boat and we go way out to the oil rigs that are in the very mid. Like if you look at the Gulf of Mexico on a map, this is like the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. And there's items here. Anyway, so we all got seasick, and like one of them is like actually a Navy captain, like a retired Navy captain. And he had spent like 30 years out at sea and never got sick once, never seasick. And then the other people, they were holding their own, like nobody was, you know, getting seasick. And then I just got gut-wrenchingly seasick, and I just started like barfing my brains out over the side of the boat. And then my cousin saw that, and it's kind of like how if one person yawns, like everybody starts to yawn. Like my cousin like got grossed out by me barfing so much, and then he got seasick and he started throwing up. And then my granddad's like, so he starts throwing up. And then it all comes down to like, there's like 4 or 5 guys throwing up over the side of the boat, and the Navy Sea Captain uncle is just sitting there, and he's like, and he just like, he you know, just like the power of suggestion. And then you just got like all 5 or 6 of us, I can't remember, it was so long ago, but I think it was like 5 of us, all 5 of us just puking over the side of the boat. But the thing is, it's really good for the fish. It's chum. So like there was fish like crazy. They weren't even putting bait on the hooks. They were just throwing it out and catching fish like that. I mean, they have bait, but it was just, there was that many. But they told me it was a trick fish. But that's not the funny part of the story. The funny part of the story is that So after like all that, I fall asleep, and I'm asleep out there for like 3 solid hours while they're driving back. It was just kind of like when you rescue somebody in a video game and they're unconscious while you carry them. I was just like, eventually I know that I will be home, so I was like, I will just sleep till we're back on land again. And when I woke up, I had sunburn on my eyelid. So like every time I opened my eyeballs, it was like out. Like you don't realize how much you blink until you get sunburned on your eyelids, and then you're like, holy shit, I blink a lot. And I guess the moral of the story is don't fall asleep on a boat, or like throw a blanket over you or something. You don't get sunburned on your eyelids. It's like that one thing nobody's ever had happen to them, but you don't want it to happen to. So there you go. I passed the time. Let's go. We're almost there. Yeah, don't do it face up. There we go. It's a much quicker way of saying it. So I'm sure I can just go through the front door. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Sinu, what the hell am I doing here? He's like Oracle if Batman was just really fucking stupid and couldn't like exist without somebody feeding him information through his earpiece. Batman's like, what do I do? He's like, have you tried hitting him?
I am back.
He's like, oh yeah, didn't think about that.
Shh. I'm sure you can
Thinking
appreciate
about my
that my master
parents.
takes precautions concerning those he meets.
I have a question only he can answer.
How they died right before
I will tell him you seek
I
his
know,
counsel,
Bruce.
and that Aya recommends you. Wait for tomorrow night. If he sees fit to meet you, you will find him near the lighthouse then. Until then, the Hippodrome's commemorating one of its greatest racers. Plenty of drinking and festivities, along with the races themselves, of course, if that appeals.
You want to know my secret identity? I got 3 more viewers. Wow. Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe.
Jennifer,
Jennifer.
is it you?
Bayak, you sour-faced one.
Now we know what the boy name of Jennifer is.
I am Claridas now. What are you doing here?
I actually feel relief. The answer to a question I never asked.
Icarus was 1,000 times better than you! Oh!
I look fly. I look like I'm in Dark Souls.
Now, Malakia. You're a babe
Like,
at the
that's
teat.
straight up a Dark
You
Souls
think you can
outfit
win the
right there.
curse's madness? Horse shit!
Leave Nikias alone.
I'm almost sure I have
Icarus
that
is
exact helmet in
It was a
Bloodborne.
dark day for all of us.
With the slits
Let
and
him open
everything.
this. So,
If it's not exactly like that, it's like off by just a
is
little
Aya
bit.
with you?
Ah, hey.
If you play
I'm alone.
Bloodborne, you know which one I'm talking about.
I was just asking.
Ask my foot next time.
No matter. Join us at the tavern later.
I feel like he's played by Will Smith's son, Jaden. Cause like, that's some Jaden dreads right there, man. Okay. Like, every now and then you see somebody that just don't look like nobody else. Hey, a horse. Wait, I wasn't trying to be punny. Or was I? I just think my subconscious is the one with the jokes. Because every time people laugh, I'm like, oh, yeah, I totally meant to make you laugh. It was on purpose. Level 20, I'm like level 15, I can take him right. Hey, what's up, Jacqueline? Jacqueline. That's exotic. Okay, let's find something to do. Hey, that's not far. And we're already doing it, so let's keep doing that thing that we started already. Smooth. Just gonna take a nice little stroll. Oh, thank you for checking me out, though. I appreciate it. You know, I want to always encourage people to subscribe just because I get views like crazy, but I don't really get subscribers, so I think that's going to be that dead horse I beat tonight, but I'm going to try not to say it anymore. Likes always help, you know. I'm actually 9,000 views. I'm 1,000 away from being eligible for making money, but if I do that, then I don't have ads, and I think a lot of the appeal to my channel is that you don't have to worry about ads. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Polodoros.
You there! Are you here to kill me or to be my friend?
Friend,
Both.
Bike of Siwa.
For a second I thought he said it,
Then you're
because he
help,
said
please.
Baila.
You are Aya's Magi, huh?
I'm here to kill you,
Any
then
other
be your
survivors?
friend. It'll be like Weekend at Bernie's. We'll go around on the boat, and
Only
everybody,
the
I'll
Mastis.
put sunglasses
They
on
took
you,
him
and
prisoner.
And the scroll, what of the scroll?
The Masters had it.
That us, the
I'll
master
connect
should
your
have
hand to
destroyed
the
it.
sail, so every time the wind hits the sail, it looks like you're waving at people.
Cleopatra owes you much. Can you get to a healer by yourself?
I've killed Eudoros.
Well done.
He was the snake, yes?
Dude, I
Man to
seriously
man
look
like
like I'm
there's
straight
much
from
you
Dark
have yet to
Souls. I'm
understand.
kind of digging it the more like
to
I
man,
roleplay
I need an
in my
answer.
head.
I must take the measure of you first. Rescue the masters
I'm just a
and
dope-ass
recover the
modder.
scroll.
Yeah, I totally made this
And
outfit
then I will
myself.
know if you're the man that Aya
Yep.
claims you to be.
No way I bought that from the club store for 40 coins.
Where is this Damastis?
He should
Alright, we gotta go back to the classic. It's not feeling assassin-y enough.
be the dogs in Canopus.
Yeah, there we go.
I can't risk that someone reads the scroll he carries.
Now it's an Assassin's Creed game.
We're innocent.
I'll miss my old weapon. I can't wait till I get my fatality with this one so I can see what it looks like, so I can go back to another... At least go to a new weapon, if not my old weapon. I made myself a promise that this playthrough I would get as many of the fatalities out of the way as I can. Because like every weapon has its own unique fatality, and I've only seen, which means we've only seen one of them. Albeit it's a damn good fatality. It's my favorite one so far. It's just for those. Oh, I missed a year. Just for those that have played this and are like, what fatality are you talking about? It's this one, the crocodile fang fatality. Because like you get him in the stomach. I think you like hit him in the gut with the handle, then you flip it around and like just boom right in their tummy. And then when they're like, oh fuck, you did that, then you hit them like in the head, and it's just like a chin check, dude. It's one of the most satisfying ways. Like it never gets old either, but I promised myself I'd try new things. Okay, I think I passed my objective. You played 4 times? Is there like some kind of secret I could be doing right now instead of doing this? Like, you know, a super cool thing I could be doing? Let's just hide in this bush, even though 18 people saw me get in there. I'm sure they'll forgive and forget. So that mission I'm supposed to be doing, did it involve getting shot in the ass? Because if it did, I'm nailing it. I'm Heath Ledgering the shit out of this. Okay, what is my goal? Find and rescue, which would probably be in a cage, I would assume. Because it seems to be where they put
Medjai,
people.
great warrior, come. I sell you what you want. You need it?
Maybe I
have
can
it.
do that
If I don't
glitch
have
that
it,
happens
you
in
don't
video
need it.
games
Reda
where
has
if
your
you
back in these
are
desolate
being
lands.
chased,
You
but
are
then
but
you
a
talk
boy.
to somebody and start a
How did you
mission,
come by
everybody
such fine
forgets
treasure?
about you.
Plucked from the
It seems
ancient
to work in a
lands
lot
of
of
the
video
desert,
games.
the sunken thistles of the Nile, refined by handmaidens of the gods, weaponry forged in Nubian mines,
It's
Persian
nothing I ever really
jewels,
thought
and
about,
Assyrian
but
treasures.
now I think about it, it's like,
I
yeah,
have it
no, you
all.
can do that.
I see.
Most
You
of the
are
time they'll just
well-traveled
kill
for
you
such
right
a young man.
afterwards, but sometimes they
Old
forget.
wisdom, Ned. I have acquired from long nights in the desert with my camel.
I don't know what
I
to do
will
with
see
my
what
hair.
you have.
Come,
Maybe I
look
should get
around.
little,
If you
do
want
like the
good Ned,
Don't Be a
I
Menace in
have
South
other
Central
jobs
and
too.
get the little rubber bands that look like monoxide from Twisted. I think it worked. That looks like that's the... No, it's just a sleeping dude. Hey, I have this bird with the power to tell me where to go. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. Really need to remember stuff like this more often. Bird, get in there. Don't be scared. It's just, you know, why I feed you. You're doing hard for your 5th playthrough? Oh, your 4th playthrough. So are you, I assume you're pretty freaking pumped about Odyssey, right?
They will attack on sight here.
Like, who isn't? And so you must be really excited. Did I get the name right? I'm pretty sure it's Odyssey. Go to sleep. Or you're already asleep. Stay asleep. Balls. I get to see my fatality. So, if I can hit the monk. Oh, hey Jacqueline. How do I parry? Like, I keep pressing O to parry, and nothing happens. Like, I basically don't even know how to use the shield. I could just go to the controller scheme, but you could also just tell me. You can jump that far? I thought I was the only one that could do stuff like that. Well, then I'm not that freaking special, am I? If everybody can do that. I like this weapon. I haven't seen, like, an insane fatality yet, but it pretty much does what I want it to. Like, it's quicker than the big-ass weapon, and it's more effective. There we go. It's okay. I mean, I love the weapon. The fatality is pretty good. Alright, I want to see another fatality. Come on, who doesn't just buy Mortal Kombat to see fatalities and then sell it back? I think we've all done that once. At least. I want it, this fatality is probably the same one. That's weak as fuck, but it is a custom. That looks interesting. And it's super, ooh. All kind of ooh. And this shield, I just don't like it. If I'm not gonna not use my shield, I would rather not use a prettier shield. Because I have to see it all the fucking time. Because it's on my back. Does it? Yeah, it's alright. Looks more like a bullseye. Like, if you want to shoot me, shoot here. That would be great. That's why Punisher said he wears a skull is because that's where his Kevlar is the strongest. And it makes people naturally shoot him in the middle of his most defensive area. So, yeah, maybe that's a good thing. Shoot me directly in the middle of that shield if you're trying to sucker punch me. But I didn't say that. Oh look. I never use parry either. It's just God of War. Hey Jacqueline, have you played God of War yet? I mean, you know the new one. Because I mean, I'm the kind of guy that I played 1 and 2 because, you know, everybody did. And then I just fell off because I was like, when Devil May Cry ruined God of War for me. Like, I loved God of War until Devil May Cry came out, and then I was just like, okay, I get it. Everything's just a fucking button masher now. But the new one, the combat system is so good. Like, you've gotta try it. I actually have my stream of it that you can watch, but it's also something you should definitely play for yourself.
Sleep in my own filth.
Here, just stay there for a second. Daddy has some work to do. What the f... That wasn't a stealth attack.
Don't forget about me.
I won't. You're kind of why I'm here. You absolutely need to play it. If I hadn't sold it back to GameStop, I'd send you my copy. Like, I promise you won't be disappointed. It's everything you love about this, refined. Except maybe not as free roaming. I mean, it's still pretty freaking free roaming, but it's just not that free roaming. Okay, I don't know how to use this weapon, but we're gonna learn.
There you are. I will kill you.
Yeah, you probably will. So try not to do that. Actually, just don't do that. You got these nuts.
Mine now. Nowhere you can run to. Escape via the water.
You're right. There is nowhere I can run to. There's somewhere I can swim to. Your mom's house.
Ramon, save me.
I mean, I should know. I've been there enough times. He's like, I ain't gonna say shit.
Sleep in my own filth in here.
You can't give me like
Don't
an
forget
attaboy.
about me.
You're okay. I can't wait to rescue you so I never have to see you again.
Get me out of here.
Fine. Fucking crybaby.
I have to sleep in my own filth in here.
You're filth. You're bad and you should feel
Get
bad.
me to a safe
Escort
place.
him to
Then we
safety.
will
No!
talk.
I'm stuck with this guy. This is like having a little brother that you really, really don't like on a personal level. I wouldn't know, I don't have any siblings, but I imagine. You know that thing you're doing, not talking to me? You're doing great. Don't ruin it.
I was going to kill all of
Don't
them.
ruin it.
That damn cage
We're
had
having
to
a
find
moment.
get out of his own.
We're bonding by silence.
Apollodorus sent me
Bonded
to
by
help you.
silence, that's how
Give me the scroll.
what I always say.
Scroll? I do not have any scroll.
Your job was to carry it.
I hid it on our ship.
I hope
I
you
did not
get
want it to fall into the wrong hands.
caught between
Where is
an
the ship?
alligator.
At
Okay,
the
this
bottom
already
of the
sounds
lake.
mean.
They sank it.
I take it back. I hope you have a lovely life.
I will get it. Apollodorus is waiting for you at the lighthouse.
I will tell him to find you near the sunken ship.
An alligator and a hippopotamus is what I was gonna say. I'd like to thank my viewers. But yeah, definitely give my approval to God of War 4, which is funny because like I'm the biggest person who just doesn't give a fuck about God of War. I mean, like I respect it and I appreciate it for what it contributed to gaming, and it's like fucking Pantera. Everybody's like, you love Slipknot, you love Korn, why don't you like Pantera? It's like, I like Pantera, I just didn't grow up on it. I respect Pantera. I completely respect Pantera. But that's how I feel about Assassin's Creed. I respect Assassin's Creed, it lost me around Brotherhood. But I did play Black Flag, and I freaking loved Black Flag. But it's like, who wouldn't? That's probably the best Assassin's Creed game to date. With this one arguably being better. I didn't play part 3, and I actually wanted to. The whole Native American thing, that sounded really cool. But then it ended up getting really crap reviews, and hey look, it's a leopard. But it's a leopard. That is a leopard, right? I'm not just being insanely stereotypical. It's a Dave Chappelle joke. Any Dave Chappelle joke is up for grabs. I find a reason to say fuck your couch in every game I've ever streamed, at least once. Yeah, that's what I was hoping you would do. When I saw that weapon, I was like, I hope he stabs him and lifts him up in the air, just like Vlad the Impaler. I'm so glad that I wasn't let down. How often do you get exactly what you want? Okay, it's time to go. I'll be back for my shit. He's like, the fuck you will. And we're going. Into the place with more of them. That was a real expression. People say jaw drop. That's what the jaw drop looks like. I don't know how to feel when I approve of how they kill me. I'm like, dude, he put me on the chopping, well, it wasn't really a chopping block, it was more like a thing of blocks, blocks of wood, yeah. He put me up on the wood. I feel like I got sacrificed to the leopard god. Leopard. No, I'm getting my skins. I don't have any leopard skin. I can't wait till Sanu can attack people. I've never seen a game that gives you a bird that you don't eventually have the ability to upgrade it to the point where it can attack people. I think I already have stun. Thank you, I appreciate that. Who would have thought? YouTubers like hats. I was watching that dude that did the 34-minute Bloodborne speedrun, and he actually got asked about that, and he was like, viewers like hats. So he's like, now I go out and buy one like every week.
To draw attention, yeah.
And I was thinking like, yeah, that's gonna be me one day. I had this one girl when I was like in middle school, and she straight up told me, she's like, I only date you because you look cute with the hat on. But it was like middle school, so you can get away with saying shit like that. But then I did have this other girl, like about 8 years ago or whatever, but this other girl, she was like, you look like Del Gribble from King of the Hill. And so I stopped wearing hats, like entirely. And I love Dale. Who doesn't like Dale? He doesn't like Dale. Clearly he doesn't like Dale. But yeah, I literally stopped wearing hats because I was like, holy fuck, I do. Like but I was also wearing Cobb glasses. So that's the thing. I just can't. I can wear Cobb glasses and I can wear a hat, but I can't wear a hat and Cobb glasses, or I'd become Del Gribble. But then again, what's so bad about being him? He had like a blonde wife that cheated on him all the time. Oh shit, he's Eminem. He's the redneck Eminem. I just realized that. I will fight y'all in a minute. If you're the important one, there would be a huge fucking thing above your head saying, hey, it's the important one. You're just easy. Sorry. You're guilty of being in the way. I have this guy on the ropes. Oh, thank you. And by the way, welcome. I'm thinking like Smashing Pumpkins cover was... It wasn't Disarm. I mean, I can play a few. I can play 1979. I can play Disarm. Oh, you're talking about Ava Adore. The thing about that is that I played it perfectly with like immense passion the first time, but I fucked up. And then I literally played it for like, that was at like 11, right? I didn't get that video finally recorded perfectly without messing anything up till like 5 in the morning. And I was binge drinking while I did it, you know? Because I mean, that's how I roll, you know? When I'm doing covers especially. And like in my heart, I knew that I would never have the passion in the way I sang it. Like I really made the song my own and still managed to sound like Billy Corgan, if that makes sense. Like that first time I sang it was so perfect. And when I listened to the version on YouTube, I'm just like, you could tell it was fucking 6 hours later. And I literally did nothing but sit in the same spot and sing it for 6 hours. So like the version that when y'all hear it, you're probably like, oh cool. When I hear it, I can tell that it's been like a long ass time, and you know, like I only do songs that I really love, like really love, and it hurts me to end up putting a video up where the quality isn't as good as it could be. You know, like it's because I love these songs. That's how I feel about Lua. I did Where Do You Sleep Last Night per request, but where I usually love doing that song, just for me, I wasn't playing the guitar right, and I didn't realize till somebody requested it, and then I found out there's like much more to that song than I thought there was. Like I was just playing the chords the way that you usually play them, but there's this thing at the beginning where it goes like G, 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 ba-da-da-da, and I didn't know about the ba-da-da-da, and that turns out that's really hard, because you gotta like switch chords 4 or 5 times, like blink, 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 blink. And I never knew about that until they requested the song, so I only got it, at the end of my Where Did You Sleep Last Night cover, I only got it right at the very end. Like, the very last time I did it, I actually finally got it right, and it's like, ba-da-ba-ba. All the other times you could tell I didn't really know what I was doing. Lua, I did Lua perfectly, but it was so quiet that even with my speakers all the way turned up, I can't hear it. You know, my Blind Melon cover, I think I did really good, and I put like, you know, I usually put like 400 or 500 takes into every video in my covers. But with that Blind Melon one, you know, it's kind of hard when everybody covers the same song and knowing that like people don't really want to hear it. I try to do songs other people don't do that much, if I can help it. Though I think part of what went wrong with Blind Melon No Rain was that at the end of Preacher Season 1, they blow the whole town up, and everybody like does that one thing they wanted to do right before the town blows up, and they do a really somber cover of No Rain,
That precious
and it's like haunting. It's like
neck.
Preacher's really good at season finales, and it's only done 2 seasons, but so far it's really good at season finales. And it's kind of like, I can't live up to that. It's kind of like Amanda Palmer did a cover of Radiohead's Idinknt or whatever, IDNKNT or whatever from Kid A. The one that's like, who's in the bunker, who's in the bunker? Like Neil Gaiman's girlfriend or whatever, she nailed it. Because at the end of her cover, you can hear each person get up and leave until there's just her hitting the piano, like... It's haunting. It's like the kind of thing that just makes you sit there in awe after it's over.
I see you are a capable man.
It's like hard to cover
Someone
something
I may
that's
be
been
able to
covered
trust.
that well. Like I would love to do Against All Odds by
Scrolls
Phil
meant for the
Collins,
Roman general
but
Pompey in an effort to sway
Postal
Rome to
Service,
Cleopatra's side.
that was their
She will be
breakthrough hit,
grateful to you for keeping the communication
you know, and they
secret.
nailed it.
She is at my estate. We're headed there now.
I'll tell you what I do want to
How
do
does Aya
really,
fit
really
into all
bad.
this?
Her
I want to
cousin
do an
Panos
acoustic
informed me that
version
she
of
was
The
a
Ghost of
graven
Tom
woman
Joad
stalking deadly
by Rage
prey.
Against the Machine.
It so happened
Like,
that I
I have a
also
s-
had reason to bring down this prey.
I've liked that song really for
Aya
2 or
was
3 years
successful,
now, but
I stepped in to protect her.
We are
oh,
grateful.
I lost 2 people for
And we
that.
are grateful that you have eliminated Eudoros,
Bye, Jacqueline.
who was an odious...
Oh, how many
individual.
games?
I should
Well,
tell
I've
you that
streamed
in
probably
addition to
about
Eudoros, I put an end to the phylactery of
20 of
Alexandria,
them.
Gennadios.
Gennadios.
At least I had
very
viewers.
glad he's
I mean,
dead.
last night
But
they
it
were
will
like,
cause
"Fuck you,
serious trouble
suck. You
for
can't
you.
play this."
The Felakis
At least
are a
these
tightly
guys were
bound
nice.
group and murderers. They will certainly
I
come
did
after
fuck
you.
off a lot.
So be it.
Too much talk, too
Can
little
I ask
play.
why you wanted Eudoros dead?
As you know, Cleopatra's brother, Ptolemy, is too young and pliable to be a strong leader. We believe Eudoros
Since
is
it's
the
Stina,
force
I'm gonna
behind
smoke a
Ptolemy,
cigarette.
responsible for so many of Egypt's current
I really
evils.
want to, because it doesn't have any complex guitar solos. It doesn't have any, like, just drum moments, you know, like, everything could be done acoustically, and it's actually not a really hyper song, to be honest with you. It's very, it's actually, like, soft-spoken poetry. I mean, I pretty much know the lyrics by heart. Steen, do you know the song pretty well? I mean, well enough that you're like, yeah, I know what it sounds like in my head. I never really thought of you as a Rage fan, so I'm legitimately asking. It's really soft for them. You know, like the guitar's heavy, but the lyrics are soft. It's the only Rage Against the Machine song I
Here we
think
are.
I've ever heard
The villa
where
is
he
up
doesn't
ahead.
scream. Well, okay, there is one time. Because he's like, you'll see me, and then he just gets louder and louder, and he's like, you'll see me. That's the only time he screams in the whole song, so it could totally play as an acoustic song. It's like the highway's alive tonight. He really speaks softly. He's like, nobody's fooling no one, that's where it goes. I'm sitting here down by the campfire light, the ghost of old Tom Show. You know, you can do it acoustically. Actually, you know, it'd be really cool. Yeah, I will get my guitar back. I get 3 checks this month, so. But, it would actually be really cool to hear you do it. I'll do that one, because I mean, that one's super important to me. Like, really, really important to me. So like I need that one. But like it'd be cool to find something similar to that and see you do it. Like there's a few songs I identify with more than that one. And it's so funny because when I was growing up, and I was growing up on like bands like Rage, you know, I did not even hear that song. I didn't have a chance to like it. I'm open to ideas. I mean, I don't want to like make you do Gangsta's Paradise or anything, but like something a little bit more soft-spoken like that one. Like one time I was at a bar and there was a paid cover band, and it was a female lead singer, and the final song they played was Killing in the Name of. And I mean, like, it doesn't matter what you sound like, everybody's gonna sound the same when they say fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And it killed, you know, so like it'd be cool to think of a good one for you. One that will drive well with your hubby too. Cause, you know, he's watching your shit apparently, and you don't want to piss him off, you know.
Lighting the Brazil!
Oh, you want to die, you say? Good, because I'm in the mood. Man, I can't believe this. I am fucking you up. He's like, oh yeah. Die? This is between me and the big one. No, you weren't supposed to die. I was gonna execute you all cool and stuff. Where did you come from? You're not even supposed to be here. Yeah, he's like, that's how I feel. Yeah, bitch. I knocked out the first assassin. And he was forever famous after that. I'm like scraping my brain. I'm trying to think of a good one. Because I would say, like, if I wasn't pretty determined to do it, I would say, yeah, dude, do the Ghost of Tom, find like an acoustic way to do the Ghost of Tom Joad. I would ship bricks. Even if you sucked at it, I would die, like, I would be like, oh my god, I can't believe she did that. But like, that song's super personal to me, and I really want to do it. I mean, there's no reason we can't both do it. In all honesty, I mean, it's YouTube. Like, no idea is original. Wait, what do you mean exiting wait, what? Hold on. That's tempting. But, wait, where, what? You're, what? What's the mission? These guys. They need to die. I'm completely okay with that. They're way easy to kill, so it's actually kind of refreshing. That guy. That guy.
I should be cautious around here.
That guy first, because he's the important one. Let's do this all sexy. If I gotta go hard on a bitch, I'm gonna make it look sexy. I'm still trying to think of a good one for you. Nice. I upgraded my blade. So it's nice to know I got what I paid for. Nothing like assassinating your target just for them to get up afterwards and be super pissed that you just stabbed them in the neck, and they're like, the fuck, bro?
Hey!
I'm gonna think of a good one. I'll tell you a good one that you could do. Because it's really like bass,
Hey, hold on.
and you could just replace the bass with standard chords. And where like the bass is bouncy, you could just get away with just doing one standard chord. Like the bass takes like 4 notes and turns it into like 6 or 7, whereas you could just get away with playing the 4 basic notes. No Good by Amy Winehouse. The one's like, meet you downstairs in the bar. I don't know the actual words. Rolled up sleeves in your skull t-shirt. You said, why did I do it with them today? It sniffed me out like I was doing my rave. I mean, again, I don't know the words. But I mean, like, I could hear your voice. I could hear you doing an Amy Winehouse cover, and everybody's like, Rehab, and I'm like, Rehab's not even her better song. I would say No Good is the best song she ever made that I know of. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a better song that I don't know of. But that might get you in trouble with your hubby. So I'm like, alright, what's a nice diplomatic song you could do that would still take you out of your comfort zone? I want to be your Rick Rubin. You know, I want to like be that best producer that could take you places. Did we kill everybody? I don't feel like we did. I guess at this point I could just run around with screaming at the top of my lungs. There's only like one guy left. I can probably beat him in a fair fight. Oh, I don't even want to kill you. You're so fucking sweet and innocent. You're like a fucking puppy. He's like, I like long walks on the beach. And just, you know, looking at the ocean. He's like the nice one. Right now he's like, man, I really hope I get a girlfriend. Sorry, bro. You were born about 3,000 years before Tinder. You were just off by a little bit. Oh, but there was your girlfriend right there. If you let her out, she probably would have been like, so you seen anybody? Or she probably would have just done what she did right now and ran away screaming, drama queen. Okay, bro, you dodged a bullet there. I did you a favor. She would have broke your heart. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You would have begged me to stab you in the throat if you let her out. Alright, that's a little too dark. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Puppies. That'll be my new thing. Every time I get too dark, I'll just say puppies. Who doesn't like puppies? Yeah, oh yeah, I know it would be the ultimate song for you to do, but it would absolutely get you divorced. But there's this famous rap song where it's like, I don't know the lyrics. It's funny, my litter ex actually knows all lyrics by heart. But it's like that My Dick song where it's like, my dick. I don't know any of the lyrics. It basically, like, the whole song is saying, my dick, your dick, my dick, your dick. It is super famous, but it's kind of like an underground hit. And it's really funny. And it's like the same beat the whole time. That would definitely get views. It's a really famous song. I just don't remember what it's called or who did it. It's an underground hit. It's kind of one of those things that you know when you're born in Texas. But you can't have moved here. It's not. I'm not even sure it's a Texas song. I just know that people that are born here tend to know it more than people that come here. I kind of love it because it meant so much to like my friends growing up, but I hate it because I always feel like they're dissing me. It's like when the whole principle is that my dick's better than yours, it's like, yeah, I don't really want to pay $1.99 for that single. If anything, you should pay me $1.99 because you offended me. But alright, let me think of something a little bit more reasonable. Let me think. Reasonable. Well, I have 240 feet to think. So it would just be cool to hear you speak something instead of sing it, because like a lot of people do it. There's this one single that I've been hearing a lot that I haven't been trying to hear. Like I'll do like featuring when I get tired of hearing like album releases. I'll just do featuring.
The scroll was meant for the
And
Roman general Pompey in an effort to
this
swear
Rihanna
on to
track
Cleopatra's
keeps coming
son.
up
She will be grateful
where
to
she's
you for
rapping,
keeping
and
the
she actually
communication
did really
secret.
good. I
She's
never
at
thought
my
of her as a
estate.
rapper, but
We're headed there now.
even like the 8th time I heard it, I was
How
like,
does
"Ooh,
Aya
who's
fit into
that?"
all
And it's
this?
like, "Oh yeah, it's Rihanna."
Her
Well, that
cousin
makes
Panos
sense.
informed me that she was a driven
But it's
woman
really
stalking
good.
deadly prey.
So
It
like
so
there,
happened that I
that's
also
kind of what I
had
could
reason
see
to
with
bring
you.
down this
Like
prey.
I could see you doing a song where
Aya was
you get to
successful.
speak and then you get to
I
sing the
stepped in to
chorus.
protect her.
We are grateful.
And we are
But, like,
grateful that you have eliminated
It
Eudorus.
works.
He was an
Pays to be
odious
versatile.
individual.
I
I
should
think
tell you
even
that in addition to Eudorus,
Lana Del
there was an
Rey's
end
done
to
it
the
before.
Philaktai of Alexandria, Gennadios.
Pretty much, if you want to be a pop diva now, you have to at least have
very
like
glad
one
to
song
hear.
where you're just
But
basically
it will
spitting.
pose serious problems for you.
That's what I
The
noticed.
Felakis are a tightly bound group. And murderers. They will certainly come after you.
So be it. Can I
Actually,
ask why
I got
you
a
wanted
really good
Eudorus
one
dead?
for you,
As you know,
but I don't know
Cleopatra's
if you're up
brother,
for it.
Ptolemy, is too young and pliable to be a strong
There's
leader.
like a
We
gazillion
believe Eudorus
how
was the
to
force behind
play
Ptolemy,
Lauryn
responsible
Hill's
for so
version of
many
Kill Me
Egypt's
Softly
current
out there.
kings.
And you have a very tenor voice, and I could easily, like, it's actually not hard to play, but it is an exercise in standard chords, because there's about 6 chords involved, and there's only really 4 or 5 standard chords, so the 6th one is kind of a trick chord. But it's a good little practice for like playing, but it's not hard. Like once you learn how to play it, it doesn't change. Like the verse is the same thing as the chorus is the same thing as the bridge. So it's the same guitar the whole time, you know? And it really teaches you your standard chords, and there's a what's the word I'm looking for? Plethora? I don't know. Plateau? There's a bunch of videos out there on how to do it. I mean, it's a challenge, but it took me like 2 or 3 hours to learn. I mean, if even that long. It probably took me like an hour to learn. But then again, I already knew the vocals. Like, I can do that song verbatim,
Villa is up
like,
ahead.
a cappella. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, I can seriously do that song verbatim. And I always wanted to do it as a gender bender cover and just change him to a her. I used to do it on karaoke. Like I would sing it, but I would like change the genders.
You will learn more at the villa.
People had mixed reactions.
Roya, where have you got to?
Okay, I need to focus on what I'm doing now. It's one of those songs that has a lot of easy to understand videos on it, and the real reason you should do it is because it'll teach you all the standard chords you need to know. Plus, it's just a beautiful song, you know? The hard part is just like getting the vocals down. But for me, that's not hard, because I've been singing that song since it came out. It's like one of my favorite songs, but she didn't write
Queen
it.
enjoys the life of high society. I'm pleased that Aya is bringing
It's just the
some
Fuji's
sober
version's the
substance
one
to
that made
Cleopatra's
it
social
famous.
circle.
Kind of like
She
Where Did You
is
Sleep
an
Last Night with
extraordinary
Nirvana. They didn't
woman
write
and
that.
wife.
It's an old country song.
Bayek.
It's so old nobody knows who wrote it.
Before I can disclose all secrets, Cleopatra must meet and approve of you.
Just like
She can be particular.
Wayfaring
Let me give you
Stranger,
some
which,
advice.
by the way, thank you
When
for
you approach
covering
the
that.
queen, bend your knee in deference. Speak only in reply.
You
Yours
gotta
is
hear
not to
Jack White
question,
do it.
but to answer.
That's the best
Do not be
of
distracted
ever.
by the festivities.
It's so cool.
She has
You
a
never done
large
karaoke?
entourage,
Oh,
and
you
they
would
like to
fucking
amuse
love
themselves,
karaoke. Oh my god.
sometimes to excess. Speak clearly, in measured tones, and above all,
You
do
would
not
love
meet her
karaoke.
gaze.
You should go do that with your hubby. Like,
Ready?
I cannot wait.
he'll be happy because he'll get to go to a bar. And you'll be happy because he'll see you as you are. I'm not even trying to rhyme.
Catch me! Catch me!
Matter of fact, I could even
She caught me with her husband.
give you some good karaoke suggestions.
This way.
She doesn't hold the grudge.
Bees?
Where is my opium pipe? I will sleep.
I don't see the point in not doing it.
As long
You
as
could
they
just be
agree
like,
to
hey, I
execute
want to
it
go
in the
to a
morning.
bar, and just happen to pick one that has karaoke, and then be like, hey, I want to go up and sing.
He was well satisfied
And
with
then
his
pick a
bargain.
song that he'll really like.
Who is this toothsome fellow? In mehoto ek nebsheven.
My queen, this is,
You
Well,
gotta feel what it feels like to be
It
on
is a generous
stage.
offer. But I've
It's so
already pledged
high.
my life to this woman.
Aya, you have
Even if
chosen
it's just
well.
karaoke. There's like
Come,
karaoke
we
for
have
normal
much to
people, and then there's
discuss.
karaoke for people that
Celebrate,
are
my
actually
friends.
musicians. It's two different experiences.
You were meant
When
to
you're a
meet.
real musician, it feels like you're on stage. I went through this phase in my 20s where I went every night.
Pashremta.
That's why I don't
Meet
do it anymore,
Aya
though.
and Bayek. They put an early end to Eudorus.
So I really thought I was gonna be
Delightful.
like, you know, somebody.
You are joining our efforts then.
I saw it as
You do not know
practice,
what
you
your
know.
efforts are.
Eudorus was a member of the Order of Ancients. They are
It is
responsible
a
for my
high,
exile.
especially if you
They
pick
tore
something
me
you're
from
really
my
good at.
throne.
And
Like-
why should I care about them?
Now, the snake has many heads.
After this movie, I'll
Those
tell you
heads
my
make
top
up the
10.
order.
The snake is the man who
For
killed my
me.
son.
It is not so simple.
What are they talking about?
I don't know.
Most of them
They
you
must
can't
lose.
play. Most of them
Order
I
of
can't
Ancients
play,
seeks
which
to
makes
control all
sense.
Egypt.
So if I
Ptolemy
want to
is
sing
but
it,
their
I have to go
puppet.
do karaoke. I'm taking a quick bathroom break.
We
I
have
hope the movie
informants
lasts
in each
forever.
region, but they have been unable to touch the Order.
Across Egypt, mysterious
Again, I don't get
forces
the
work
feeling
against
it's
us.
already ended.
For instance, here, in the Nile Delta, the endless sands swallow up whole villages.
In which
Yet
case, this
a
one's
malignant
not
human force moves with them. That force
Well, don't
is
say
one
we
of the
never
Order
did
of
anything together.
Ancients, called the Scarab.
And over here, in most sacred Giza,
A shadowy figure called the Hyena
Kid.
controls all that occurs. What is certain is that Giza is the land of death and loss.
and then there's Memphis.
All is cast in my land. Even the
What,
sacred
the movie's
Apis
still
bull
going?
himself One holding lizard has worked a sort of
I'm missing the whole game.
diabolical power.
Every time a movie kicks in, I'm like, bathroom break.
So the snake is the Order of Ancients.
Yes. Eudorus was known as the Hippo.
I would literally have to go back and rewatch my own stream.
Was not the last one. All of
Just to know what this
When
game's
the
about.
Order wants something, as in Siwa,
You're
it does not
sexy.
hesitate to crush all in its path.
For Siwa, now Fayum. It is the most oppressed region in all of Egypt.
Right.
Where the crocodile wields cruel power, the denizens live in constant fear. That is the fate that awaits all Egypt if we fail to stop the Order.
I'll tell you what, there's one song I really want you to do for me,
We need decisive action.
but you gotta like goth the fuck out of
It is
it.
time for assassination.
Like you gotta really drag your voice, you know? Anything by Garbage.
We still have not found the man who killed him.
I would say #1 Crush, but that'll get you divorced.
We will weep with joy.
So
When we
Only
kill him
Happy
at
When
the
It
first
Rains would be much more safe, I would say.
You are my Magi now,
I only smile in the dark.
protector of the true Pharaoh of Egypt.
I mean, come on, what's not hot about that, right?
So it shall be.
Plus, it's like
Tonight,
easy.
we drink,
Like Garbage is easy.
celebrate.
They're just like power
Love.
chords. They're not even full chords.
Tomorrow,
#1 Crush is one of those, like, I wish I would. When I was going through my karaoke phase, I really believed that I was going to be, you know, a rock star eventually, and that people would care when I did things. And I fully intended to do an entire album and sell it for like $4.99 of nothing but genderbender covers. And I wanted to do #1 Crush, because one night, one of the bars I'd go to, they would have like themed karaoke where it wasn't mandatory, but it was just, you know,
You
voluntary.
are young and your legs are strong.
Yeah, hold on.
Perfect for my needs. A pigeon arrived not long ago. I sent Ruya to fetch it, but she is so unreliable. Probably
So
batting
unreliable.
her eyes at the Master of Arms.
if I see her,
What a hoe.
Never mind her. I want my letter. Run up to the pigeon tower and fetch it. All news is important to us these days.
Uh-huh.
all right, Stuart. I will see what I can do.
About your hair. Okay. So, like, yeah, I wanted to do, like, they did Genderbender Night, where it wasn't, like, mandatory, but it was just, like, if you want to, you know, like, be a good sport. And, I did #1 Crush, and I'm Marilyn Manson the fuck out of it. And this is the point in my life where, like, I was doing karaoke every night, and sometimes if I really did good, I would leave and go to a different bar and do the same song. You know, like, but I would, that was my rule, is I would never do the same song twice. But it's different if you're going to a different bar. So, you know, like, if I really nailed it and just blew it out of the fucking roof, I would drive to a different bar and I would do it again. You know, but, like, I would never do the same song twice at the same place. But, like, for Genderbender Night, I did #1 Crush, and I Marilyn Manson the fuck out of it, and I was like, I just dropped it down deeper, you know? I was like, I would die for you, I would kill for you, you know, and, like, I just really drug it out, like how Marilyn Manson loves to scrape his vocals against the gravel. He's like, he does, any chance he gets to do, he does it. And I just did that a lot, and it really worked. I mean, I'm not sure if people dug it, but I dug it. I was like, oh, that worked. Alright, we're gonna do the Hungry River. That doesn't sound like hippopotamuses and or alligators. Alright, here's my top 10 list as promised. And I'm not saying this is because I want it to be like this. you know how they say do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, but then if you turn your hobby into a profession, you might actually grow to hate it? Thank you. It's contradictory, but like if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. But if you turn your hobby into your job, it'll be a job, and you won't like it anymore. I mean, it's why it is why Chester from Linkin Park killed himself. So I mean, case and point. We got people killing themselves left and right over this shit. So it's real. But like, just because this is my top 10 list doesn't mean it's my favorite. These were my favorites, and sometimes I'm like, why do y'all like that one? So it's kind of like what it's like being a real artist. You know, it's like, why is Creep... We've made 900 songs, and Creep is still our best hit. Why? You know? Like, I feel it. I feel it. But I'll tell you right after this. Brief pause.
Neb, you look strong and carry yourself without fear. Can you help a poor farmer?
Your friend was killed by a hippo.
Yes.
By a hippie, you say?
Rampage slaughtered
oh, a hippo.
Yesterday, we
well,
were
that makes more sense.
Bandits. In their wake, they disturbed these hippos and drove them into our fields. The gods seem content with peace on us. We cannot harvest the crops, nor can we put this land to rest.
I don't want to talk over them. Hold on.
Let me help you collect the dead.
It's like in my mid-year resolution list, don't talk over the actual story that you're selling people. But, the funny story about... We'll get to the top 10 list. My favorite's Jigsaw's fallen into place, but it's just because of my unique interpretation of that song that might not actually be what the song's about. Like, in my unique interpretation of Jigsaw falling into place, it's like when a date is like a dream date that you're really like, wow, you know, I like that person. I can't wait for this. And then it all went really well at first, and then it went really bad. And now the date's over, and you're trying to, like, you're sitting there, you're shell-shocked, like a grenade went off near you. And you're trying to, like, figure out, okay, at what point did this go wrong? So, like, when you really look at the lyrics of Jigsaw falling into place, it's like, okay, everything's going good, everything's going great, everything's better. Okay, now everything's really over, and I need to understand why. So there's a lot of, like, rewind kind of talk. The timeline of it is blatantly out of place. And that's why I feel like, and I could be completely wrong, but it's one of those things where it's like, if God doesn't exist, don't tell me. I'm not fucking killing people over God. I don't need to know that shit. Let me think God's real. It makes me happy. And it's like, if this isn't what the song's about, don't fucking tell me. Let me fucking see the song the way I want to see it. That's how most artists prefer it anyway. But like, the way I see it, he's retracing the steps and being like, okay, where did this date go wrong? And I think it's the part where it's like, I looked back, she looked back, not just once, not just twice. And I'm like, it's pretty obvious, dude. Like, do I have to spell it out for you? She caught him checking out another girl. I'm sorry, that's what the... Go back and read the lyrics. And if you don't necessarily feel like that is what the lyrics mean, I really want to know. Because, like, it's interesting to me. It's like, the devil's in the details. Just that one part. It makes no sense if he's not looking at her girl. Or her looking at her man, whatever, but... Yeah, I mean, definitely tell me your interpretation. Just Google search, you know, Radiohead Jigsaw. And, like, just... It's not a long song. But, I mean, like, if you read the lyrics, I bet you'll be like, yeah, I completely see why you would think it's, like, you know, a really good date gone wrong, and he's singing it out of order. Because he's, you know, like, the human brain remembers things out of order. It's like, we're like a Google search engine, and we remember based on relevance more than, you know, how long ago. It's more like how relevant is it to the search. So we remember things out of order. That's why, like, testimony really doesn't mean shit. And everybody will tell you that. I mean, it means everything, but realistically, testimony doesn't really hold up. You know what? I have one of those too. I just want you to know that I'll never hurt a horse. But you, I might kill Bill your ass and use you as toilet paper. I mean Kill Bill, I meant Buffalo Bill. But I should have stuck with Kill Bill. That's much less zany. So, what are you doing? Dying?
Time is up.
Tell me how that goes. Guess what I can do? Bye. Nice! Oh my god, the other fatality. We got it. And it's sick. It's so much better than I thought it ever could have been. I think I just had like a joygasm. America, home of the violent. This is our pastime. No wonder why nobody fucks with us. Japanese people have their like tentacle porn and they look at us and they're like, dude, those guys are fucking crazy. They're like, yeah, we like to watch girls get fucked by squids, but my god, you guys, you're on some next level shit. We'll always be the world power simply because we're the most insane. And it's sad that that's what it takes to stay on top. But it's, you know, it's that advice my mom used to tell me when I got jumped a lot. She'd be like, you know what I did when I was in school and I came across a bully that was, you know, like more hardcore than me? I would just throw a chair across the room and just act like a crazy bitch. And she was like, honestly, if you're really asking me my advice, because she was like 4 feet tall, you know? And she was like, if you're really asking me my advice on, you know, getting jumped and stuff, you have to be the craziest one. It's not necessarily being the most violent one, or even the most badass, you know, one. You just have to be the craziest one. If they think you're crazy, they're just going to be afraid of you. It's kind of like a pussy thing to do, act crazy to get out of a fight. But people act crazy to get out of prison time all the time. You know? I mean, it makes sense. I never took her up on her advice. When I get in a fight, I'm fucking Jesse Custer, you know? One of my best victories in a fight, I just, they were like trying to come through the door, and I just opened the door, and well, they were trying to corner me in the bathroom for a fight, and when they like tried going through the door, I just swung the door open, and I mean, I'm not, like, I wasn't doing it all boastful, I was just being me, but like, I fucking swung the door open, and they were charging in, so I used their momentum, and I grabbed them by the throat, and it was just one clean 180 turn, and I put them right in the bathtub, and I was holding them down by the throat, but I wasn't really squeezing any harder than your partner would during sex. I mean, it was like I was just holding them down, that's it. And I said something like, you know, this is over. You know, like, it was loving and passive and non-threatening, and I was just, but it was also strong, and, you know, like, I was like, dude, this is it, like, chill, you know, and it worked, and they just stopped, and that's, honestly, that's the best fight, just because it wasn't like I sat there and thought about what I was gonna do. It was like pure impulse, but I like the fact that I was passive, and they, I hate to say it this way, but they knew they were wrong. They knew they were wrong, you know, and I guess there's something about men. Like, if one man can detain another man, that's one way of winning the fight. Because, like, a lot of our fights are ego. So, like, if you destroy their ego, you don't have to destroy their body. That's what I'm getting at. Since men are mostly their ego, if you can beat them in their head, you don't have to beat them in their... You don't have to beat them in their body. It's the difference between men and women. But I'm a man, so I know how to exploit it. The thing is, I'm a martyr. So when I get in fights, it's usually against somebody I know for a fact is a good person. And I know for a fact I can take a punch. I never get in a fight with anybody that deserves to get hit. So I never get to hit anybody. Like, I pull my punches for real.
Wait a minute.
Most of the time, I'm just testing you.
You are dead.
Like when, I just found this out yesterday, but on the Marshall Mather LP2, he only had one guest appearance. And it's funny because the album itself only has like a 60 or 50 in respect of people, and that's mostly just because that song Rap God was on it. But, it has like a 120% respect meter, the fact he only had one guest, and it was Kendrick Lamar. And I just found this out yesterday, but he was convinced that Kendrick had a ghostwriter. So before he did a song with him, he took him in the studio, and I assume, like, that's where the legend stops. So I assume that he made him cipher. Like, M would throw words out, and he had to go off the top of his head and react to them. Or, the more advanced way is, like, subject matter. You know, like, one person says, like, racial politics, and they have to, like, not only rhyme off those syllables, but also rhyme off the topic.
They will attack on sight here.
So I would, like, somewhere out there, like, maybe M's the only one that heard it, but I would kill to hear, well, may not kill, but I would certainly pay a hefty fee to hear it when Kendrick, you know, proved that he wasn't having a ghostwriter. That's kind of like a big deal right now, because pretty much everybody has a ghostwriter.
Battle! Come on!
There's only a few people that don't. Drake has one. And he's like the biggest thing in the world right now. Jay-Z has one. The only two that honestly I know for a fact don't is M and Kendrick. I mean, no, not M and Kendrick. I mean, I'm sure Kendrick doesn't, but M and Andre 3000. Because Andre 3000 recently came out and said that he didn't even know that that was a thing. And I'm like, how? You're in the music industry. How do you not know that's a thing? I don't get it. Like, if I know it's a thing, how do you not know it's a thing? You know? It's like, surely you would have had to have caught a rumor at least once that, hey, people are paying for their lyrics. Alright, so did we get it now? I think we did. No? For something so easy, why is this so hard? We literally just have to take treasure. It's probably that thing right there. No. I need, like, official Pirates of the Caribbean looking treasure shit. Clearly it's just not fancy enough for the game's taste. Even though it was clearly treasure. It's like define treasure. The box isn't big enough. I get it. You're one of those wives that only care about the size of the ring. If I were treasure, where would I be? Hey bird. I don't suppose you have an opinion on the matter one way or the other. Didn't think so. Wait. What's that? A lead. I will take it. What the hell? What hit me? You bastard. Yeah. You're just lucky you're on an incline. Because it wasn't supposed to go through your chest. I have to assume that's much less painful than what would have happened. So do we... Fuck. Why can't it just be kill somebody? You gotta be find treasure. There it is. I'll get back to you. Thank you for sticking in there with me. I haven't had a new viewer in a long ass time. It's been about 30 minutes. It's popping for a while. I'll let you read that because I'm having a cigarette I can't read right now. A few of us will remain nearby. So it's a little more than a few. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Make sure we're not leaving anything. Isn't there like a prisoner in there? Ah, that shit works. I mean, I'm not convinced there aren't other prisoners. Most people don't just have one slave cage. Pretty sure they sell that shit in doubles. Like buy one, get the second half off. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna try to keep it interesting, because I'm talking a lot, but I'm not doing a lot. And we did what we came here to do, so why are we even here? Okay, let me think. Quests. That one looks good. It's kind of better to just pick them at random. That way you're not showing favoritism. So far with the quest. Everything's gold. Why do you make your icon gold and the landscape gold? This seems kind of stupid, doesn't it? Am I wrong? Should they not have made it red? Can you think of a better color? I'm like, what else on the map is gonna be red? Oh no, right.
Move!
It really does. And honestly, you're never gonna see red. So that's like the one color that's the safest to use.
Whoa.
And gamers recognize red. Drivers recognize red. Pretty much everybody in the world recognizes red. As, hey, that is attention getting. I should pay attention to that. That's why I should have been a game maker. I don't know if I could only do my life again.
What has upset them?
Okay, we're there. I'm assuming the goal is to get in.
Lot of blood. Where's the body?
I would assume in the hay, because that's where you put bodies in this game. But it probably didn't go that way. That's for sure. Bird. Do the thing you... You're not doing shit. Oh yeah, that is a thing you do. So glad I have you to count on. He's like the deadbeat roommate that never has rent. So what are you gonna do today? I'll continue sleeping on the couch, okay? Just a little bit more for my birthday.
An ill omen. How did that
I
charcoal
only
get
have
spilled?
the one. It's like only having one testicle, but it still is not getting the job done. It's like, well, I only have you.
An ill omen. How did that charcoal get spilled?
So you gotta be mom and dad. Can I say? Up is a direction we haven't tried yet. That looks promising. That's blood.
Blood. Still
God,
fresh.
somebody spilled a lot of ketchup over here. I'll look at it one more time because
Still fresh.
apparently that time didn't stick.
The railing broke. Someone went over it.
So the blood I found earlier was the old blood.
Such a mess.
Wow, that's some top-notch detective work
Such a
there.
mess.
Just stop. Not why I came up here, but I want in. I love secret doors. that open. Guess how I feel about the secret doors that don't. Take a wild guess. Shot in the dark. You're right. So when they fell to their supposed
Blood.
death,
Where's the body?
honestly, I still feel like their body's in the haystack, but that's preposterous. That's no place for an actual evidence thing. I want to say just body. Body makes sense. There we go. I was actually right. I just had the wrong haystack. Which means I was wrong. They will hide evidence there.
If you had only known how to
Boo.
make such a leap.
Boo to you, game maker.
What did you get yourself into? Beasts with the faces of men prey on the weak and powerless.
Move. I have a body
Let's
here.
simply show our bellies to the jackals that plague our land.
I'm gonna make EMS noises like ew, ew. Time of death. Way before I got here.
By the gods.
Bowl cut.
Oh, yeah.
Don't call to come back.
What happened?
I've been here for
She was
years.
thrown to her death from the pigeon tower.
Actually, yeah, that's the one.
Your letter.
Do an acoustic cover of Mama Said Knock
Why
You
was
Out.
she killed?
That's it.
The badge worn by Dimnos, our master of arms.
You can't do better
Why
than
did
that.
she-
That's
I will find out soon enough.
your husband would just be like, what?
May you walk in field of green.
But I mean, like, it's a fun song, and it's relevant because Deadpool used it as his trailer. And Deadpool 2. But I mean, honestly, that's always relevant. Or just for fun,
Dimnos. I'm looking for Ruya.
look up,
know where that peasant...
because I used to have this mashup playlist, and I took it down because it felt dumb to have. But it's Grease. No wait, it's Come On Eileen versus Mama Said Knock You Out, and it's so fucking good. Like, I might have to bring my mashup playlist back just for that. It's so good.
Perhaps because she has your badge.
Shit. Well, she was just an Egyptian dog. No matter.
Makes you happy.
Why did you do it?
Truth?
It's like the song Come On Eileen should have been.
Only teach her a lesson for her insolence. She refused to read a letter for me.
You must confess to Pelias.
I suppose you want the same fate as Ruya. You
Oh, it's so
stupid
good.
Egyptian. I'll teach
There's
you
another
the
one with
same
Snoop
lesson
versus
she learned.
Grease,
Come!
where it's over the Grease theme song. Ooh.
Rip you to shreds.
I'm not even paying attention to the story, I'm just like, fight! Let them fight. I'm gonna die. I should, try harder to not die. You get arrows. Lots of arrows. Hey, you know what I got? Another bow. Oh yeah? He's like, you know what I got? A bigger dick. Okay. Don't call to come back. I've been here for years. We're about to get him. Seriously, the more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, dude, if you did Mama... no, part of me is like, don't do it. Because you have an identity to maintain. Like, your appeal is who you are. And that would be so against who you are that it might throw a bunch of people off and they might just be like, oh, look at this fake... You know, like, they might hate on you and just be like, oh, what a stupid person, you know? So it's like, maybe don't do that one.
You will pay.
Oh, I could have drop attacked you. Well, just kill me again then. And next time I'll just drop attack you and it'll be done. No, go ahead. You have my permission. There you go. Hey, it's one fatality down without having to wield the weapon. I know there's a perfect song for you. And I'm still... I'll tell you one that would blow the roof off the motherfucker because it doesn't... It's bass and drum and it doesn't have any guitar. So, like, you have full permission to just, like... As long as you're getting the notes generally right, you have full permission to just change it however you see fit, and people will go apeshit. And it's a song that I always try to get people I'm dating that like karaoke to do, but they never do it. And it would be fun for you, because you're more of a tenor, so it would give you more of that opportunity to, like, sing lower, and... In my opinion, I have more fun when I'm singing lower, because when I'm singing higher, I'm always worrying about my voice cracking. You know what I mean? Like, just speaking for myself, I get way more pleasure out of singing lower than I do singing higher, even though I love singing high. It's just, when you sing high, your voice is gonna break, you know? And if you're recording, that can throw a perfect, you know, run out, right out the window, you know? Whereas, like, when I'm singing low, it's okay to sound like shit. Like, when you're singing low, people expect you to kind of sound like shit.
Do I need to deal with
Well, the one I was gonna say is Criminal by Fiona Apple. 'Cause, like, there are high notes in that song, but for the most part, you know, she's like, I've been a bad, bad girl. Like, even me, I could even... Like, if I love the cock, I could do, like, a gay version of that song, and it would go viral. I wouldn't change the words at all.
Yes.
I would use the exact word she used.
And he died because
But, like, I almost want to do it just in a punk rocky way. just to fuck with people, to troll them. Like, when Eminem, like, came out as being gay for that movie, The Interview, but it was like, yeah, it's just Eminem being Eminem, fucking with people's heads. This position should mean nothing to you.
I will make sure he gets it.
This is just pure
We
coincidence.
can to help Cleopatra's cause. She alone cares for all the people of Egypt.
All the people. I have to go to the bathroom. My bladders are taking time bomb. Y'all won't hear the countdown, but I do. If I can just find someone to talk to, then I don't feel bad. So let's do that. We're gonna bite it. Bite the bullet. For every person that ever smuggled drugs to the airport, this is for you. I'm doing the challenge. Kill a crocodile. Why, I would never pass on that. Where the fuck is my camel? Camel! Camel. This is why I smoke Marlboro. Criminal, yeah, by Fiona Apple. Cause it would finally give you a chance to, like, coo into the mic. Cause, like, you sing tenor so well, you're kinda like a female Tom York. And it's like, it would be, even Tom York has songs where he takes it down to, like, his lowest possible octave. And I just want to put you in that position where, like, you're so good at tenor that I want to help you experience baritone, because you're always like, oh, you're so good at, you know, all the ranges, and it's because, like, there are certain pleasures. It's like this game. I have 4 bows. Oh, the game froze. Well, that's cool. But it's like this game. Like, I have 4 bows, and each one has its own advantage, and every octave has its own advantage. Well, I'm just saying, like, you naturally sing high very well, And it would be nice to find any excuse to get you to sing low, just so that you could see the advantages that come with singing low, you know? Because, like, it feels good. Like, if your natural one is low, it feels good to sing high. And if your natural one's high, it feels good to sing low. Because it's, you know, it's a break from the norm. And usually it's easier. You know, whatever but the game froze. I knew it was gonna. At least it gave me a good 3 or 4 hours before it froze, you know. That's all I could ask of it, to be honest. Well, I mean, just for fun, though. You know, just to feel what it feels like, you know. I mean, you're an independent business owner, and your business is your voice, and you have sole property over it, and you don't have to go out and pay for a publisher's license or a doing business as. Like, your voice is your property, and you're using it every day. So it's just finding out what it feels like to wear flannel. What's it feel like to wear a turtleneck? You know, like, so, I mean, just play around with your voice, because your voice is your property. You own your voice, and you don't have to pay anybody to have it. It's the only thing you really have, is your voice. What the fuck do you think I'm doing here? I'm not just a president, I'm also a member. The hair club for men. Well, the game's frozen, so this is how I'm expressing my voice. I'm not doing this to play games for people. The playing games part is a ruse to get you to listen to me. I mean, I'd be playing games anyway, but that's what it started as, but what it became is something different. This is my platform, and the games is just my mask. Like, the games isn't why I do this. Like, I'll be gaming anyway, but that's not what it became. Like, it became a way to trick people into listening to me. In a good way. Like, because gamers are usually kind of dumb and boring and shallow. And they're all about, like, oh my god, look at what face I'm making. So this became like my way of podcasting, where I get to just talk, you know, for 4 hours. And that makes it easier to go to work and not say shit. Because it's like, yeah, you know, I go to work and I don't say shit, but when I get home, I literally get to talk for 4 or 5 hours uninterrupted, and just, it really helps, you know, like. And if, you know, I play well and you enjoy the game, that's great too. But I'm not as saintly as I act, you know. I do have an evil genius plan. I wish I could say it was all about the gaming, but I would be gaming anyway, if that makes any difference. Well, listen, what time is it? Fuck, it's 5. I might do some Dark Souls. I don't expect you to have to join up with that. You need to get some sleep. But, Yeah, the game's frozen. It's gonna hurt my console if I leave it this way. So thanks for everybody. 110 comments. I would say that that was the most comments I've ever had. By about 10. So, way to go.